Good afternoon, good morning, whatever you watching the show and everything. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are here today, and I was just talking to my cohort here and talking about our, well, I don't know what I call him right now, but our media, but you got some of our media are independent folks out there and everything, especially the Ben Marcellus show. Uh, has been very, very, very critical about Trump and his mental capabilities that he is showing. And for some reason or another, Ben has an in for Donald anytime he does anything that's out of the realm of being a person who is cognitive of what's going on. He is on him. I mean, he picks out everything. Donald is like under a microscope with him. But one thing that he hasn't really brought out and everything, he's had there are medical people on telling about how he is, what's going on with him, and how they're taking up this. But I have, through the years and stuff, been involved at some time with people and everything whose parents and stuff and everything are going into dementia. And they have a word and stuff for those folks, their parents and stuff and everything, who is up around midnight. And that's usually what happens when you're going through this thing. You're up around midnight and you're going, and you're doing all kind of stuff and everything. They call them sundowners. But for some reason or another, Ben has not put that quote out yet. I'm pretty sure that eventually it's going to come. But it looks like this man is in dementia. And today, Ben showed Donald Trump standing up there in front of the audience doing a press conference. He had uh, his labor sec. I guess he's his labor secretary and his secretary of state sitting there behind him. And I'm looking at these two guys who are sitting there behind him, and if they could have found a hole in the floor to go into, I think they would have done it. They would have went through that hole in the floor because what he was saying up there on that stage did not make any sense at all. But what really pissed me off was he called my president a son of a bitch on the international stage. That
Yes, he
had
did.
that had to be the lowest of the low people, him doing that. I haven't, in the history of this country, there has been no other president to go out there on the international stage and say those things about another president. I remember that the Republican Party, and especially in the Senate, gave a couple of our presidents, especially Barack, all hell when they said something about the president who was out there on the international stage. It wasn't anything nasty, anything about them of what Trump is being said, he is saying out there. But according to their protocol, anyone in the United States do not denigrate the president of the United States out there on the international stage.
That's an unwritten rule.
It is against their protocol here. I remember Miss McConnell was so pissed off at some of the people and stuff there in the Democratic caucus who was saying something about Bush when he was out there internationally doing things, and it wasn't as very critical and stuff of Bush or what was going on, but they got on them. You don't do that. You don't denigrate anyone who is the president of the United States while they're out there on the international stage. These folks are quiet as a rat peeing on cotton with this man sitting out there. And I mean, this isn't the first thing he said about Barack Obama in this G7 conference. He has mentioned his name at least 3 or 4 times in the context of what's going on out there. I mean, actually denigrate. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a dummy. He's a Democrat. He's part of the Democrats. But today, calling him an SOB, that was the ultimate there. There's something has to be said, something has to be done, and we cannot continue to let this shit go unanswered, people. We
Ain't
need
gonna do
to,
nothing, bro.
it doesn't matter if they do anything. Somebody needs to stand up and say something about this shit, that it is effed up for him to do some shit like that. You don't call, you don't even call an individual, not alone the president, a son of a bitch out there on the national stage.
Well, let me kind of cool you off a little bit. One thing that I have come to realize, and I'm not a scholar. I mean, I'm not a wordsmith. I love words. I love to read. But he is limited when it comes to conversation. What he knows how to do is give praise to people. He's a marketer. His vocabulary is limited. His conversation is limited, but he knows how to smooth people. He knows how to praise people. And he knows how to ask for the order to sell. And what he's been doing the last 6 weeks is selling the American people like he's doing a deal. And his cult, believe him, he just want to do a deal. He want to do a deal. And, they just, it takes time. He's doing this basically all by himself. And in my mind, I think that a lot of times, he wins, Ed, for him. He don't win for the people or for other people or anything like that, but he wins for him. And what I mean is he make like he has won every time. He never loses. Now another thing I want to bring up too is that he brought up in his little speech or his little talk Woodrow Wilson. He brought up the stock market. Now, I don't talk about business like I used to do and love to do and all that because it's all rigged now. It's pretty much rigged. Stock market is rigged. These corporations are rigged. There's so much money out there. People can get money all kinds of ways: hard money, dark money, legitimately through the banks, all that. So, and then they pick and choose who's going to get this kind of money to open up these businesses, build these major apartment complexes, home developments, and all that. But the bottom line is that his whole thing is as long as that stock market is breaking records. He's good. That's all he cares about. And he's trying to satisfy these corporations because his main thing is those people that's in the 401ks, people that's in retirement, getting fixed income from the stock market. That's his audience, bro. That's why a lot of these people they call in the C-SPAN and the radio station, they doing just fine. If you got a couple of $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in places in the right places, and you bring it home another $4,000 or $5,000 a month, they ain't got nothing to complain about. The question is that no one seems to, they report it, when we have all these hurricanes and flood warnings and all that. Hell, you know what? He'd already done turned everything over to the states. So every state is responsible for their own selves. Look at Louisiana, one of the poorest rated states in the country. Just having floods all over the place and everything. Their GPE is only GPS is only less than $240 billion. They got almost 5 million people there. They're the lowest in education, 48 to 49. Economy, 50. So these red states that's out there, man, that's doing really bad, but the people that's supporting Trump are doing just fine. The ones with money. They're doing just fine. If you ain't in the flow and in the money with Trump, you're not doing fine. If you're a regular Joe Blow, you're just doing fine. 30% of the people in probably a little higher maybe, doing just fine in Louisiana. That's an old money right there. There's a lot of old money in Louisiana. They have got us, Ed, in so many ways. When we sit there and we make fun of him, he's a clown. We know that, and he just playing the game, and he know that the presidency has certain powers, but he's playing the game for these people, those top 30% people. They the one giving him the money. They the one giving him permission to do all this stuff. So this ain't about him and his stupidity and his acting like a bozo and a clown. I mean, there's a reason why they are allowing him to embarrass America the way there's got to be a reason. And the only reason I can think of is that they're becoming a minority majority. And they know it. And the next president that comes in, if it's a Democrat, the people is not going to be receptive to him as well. Because what's going to happen in the next 4 years? We don't have any values now. They claim that the Republicans claim that they stand on values. They don't have any values. They don't have any values. They don't have any values as far as helping the least of us. They don't have any values as far as uh, making sure that we educate our own. They don't have any values as far as making sure that uh, their jobs are secure. They don't have any values, bro. To them, the culture war, the values is to them is getting on transgender people, getting on abortion. To them that's supposed to be, but those are just weird issues that they use for these suckers. So these people think that you can control people's lives, control the women's life, control what people want to do, the way the lifestyle they want to live. And that's a small percentage of people. So I don't know. I look at these people, man, I say, they don't care about dignity, class. Look what he's done to the White House here. Look what he's doing across the country. These 30% people, they don't care. They don't care. They can run off to another country. They can live on an island. They don't care. They don't socialize with us no way. They don't go to our banquets. They don't go to our restaurants. The only thing that they go to, and not all of them, basketball games, football games, tennis. And then they group in their own little gathering party. Meet me and so and so, so and so. You ain't gonna hear about it. You ain't gonna be invited. You ain't gonna be in the room. So I'm just saying that just to, you know, Trump is a nobody. This ain't about Trump. Because I can't see these people sit here and listen to this clown. No intelligence, no cohesive paragraph or sentence, changing subject matters in a matter of talking about one thing and turn around and talk about another, and just go on and on and on. It's embarrassing, man. We thought we was embarrassed with, you know, number two, but this is more embarrassing than it's ever been. And I don't know what to say, man. Where we going? I don't know. Who's in charge? I don't know. But I know one thing: they sure know how to cheat. And we talked about that yesterday. That's the main thing. So
I realize that we can't stop him from saying what he's saying out there. That he's got his so-called quote-unquote power and stuff as supposedly our leader, because he is definitely not the leader of the free world. My problem comes when you got news people out there who don't say anything about it, or you got representatives in the Congress who don't say something about it. I know they don't have the power to stop him, but if you don't open your mouth and say something that is wrong for what he is doing, then he thinks it's okay. Now, they can't stop him. I know they can't stop him, but somebody can need to open their damn mouth and say, hey, this is uncalled for. You don't need to do that, especially since he sit there and call a two-term president a son of a bitch on a national stage. It's okay for you to probably to say, well, if he did something wrong in negotiation, that he did was wrong, but you reached a little bit too far in that hole to call the president of the United States a son of a bitch. Bush, too, probably was one of the worst daggone presidents. He got us in a damn war in Afghanistan and Iraq and all that on some bullshit. And if
Destroyed
anybody
the
needed,
economy.
and if anybody needed to be called a son of a bitch, they should have called him one. Got us into a war that we still paying for. Barack Obama didn't get us in no war. He tried to stop one. He didn't go over there and bomb Iran. He tried to stop it. He tried to use negotiations, and he did it. He brought an agreement, whether right or wrong. He didn't bomb no people. He didn't go over there and bomb a school full of children, killed 160 daggone children in a school, and it was okay. And they hiding it. If you let this stuff happen and don't check him, you're going to continue to do it. I guess now he done got off of Biden, and BO is open season now for him. And our ex-president has too much honesty and integrity to even bring it up, even to the point and stuff where they calling his wife a man. Some of this shit has to stop, Ted. I'm telling you, it's just too much. I just can't deal with it. Sorry about that, people, but I had to get that off my chest. It was just too much for me. But we need to do something about this. We need to have an outcry, just like you guys did when you boycotting them goddamn nail shops and everything for the mazes and shit. We need to have some fucking boycott going on, something and everything about this man
What they gonna do?
doing what the hell he's
What do you
doing.
suggest, Ed?
I don't know, something. It's nothing but going out there and they doing a King's Day and everything. They better have, get off of Barack Obama Day. Amen. Something just to let him know that that shit ain't right. That's all. It's, if you don't say something, kid, he's gonna keep this shit going on, and that's why he's continuing to do it because nobody is saying anything about it. That he's wrong, and he's getting worse. It ain't getting better.
Well,
This,
Obama's living in his head anyway. I mean, you said it a couple of weeks ago, or I guess last week. He
he
went
is.
over to Canada and
He is. He's in his head because he's a black man. He hates black people. He hates people of color, women especially.
well, hate is a strong word.
This shit has gotten too goddamn far. S calling him a son of a bitch, and then including the Iranians in it. So the Iranians called him a son of a bitch, knowing goddamn well he telling a fucking lie. The Iranians didn't say that shit. One of the news people sat down there and said and told him and said, "Well, if they saying that about Barack Obama, what the hell they saying about you? They getting rich off of you. They didn't get rich off of that 1 point some $1 billion in cash. That shit ain't nothing compared to what you done just gave him." But he sent 1 point some $1 billion over there. That wasn't even our money. That was their money that they got locked in the bank. It wasn't our money. Now he's sending our money over there. Taxpayer money, giving it to them. I'm pretty sure that probably what the heck's going on is that all those Gulf Coast Arab states and stuff over there with all their fucking money and stuff, and probably sitting there saying, we need to get this goddamn memorandum of understanding passed and everything, and open it straight up and everything before we raise some damn hell. Because if we do something, this ignoramus son of a bitch might continue the goddamn blockade. So all they're concerned with is the fucking blockade. Get them ships out of here so we can start making some more money. They ain't gonna tell the damn truth yet. That
No,
some
we
of
ain't gonna never find the whole
that
truth, but
some of that daggone money that's been funneled over there to Iran came from us.
yeah.
Yet they've already got money in their pocket, because I know damn well them people over there, all of them, especially the Ayatollah, or what is the Ayatollah Junior, is probably he done fattened his pocket. Well, they done killed his daddy. Now I know damn well he ain't signed an agreement and shit and everything, and his daddy did. They fattened him up real good now. Wait a minute, Junior. We got we gonna make you rich. They making you rich. Anyway, people, he's making a goddamn fool out of himself. What man, Ted, gonna tell somebody, even in jest, even in exaggeration, you're gonna say, I love him? He told the Egyptian president he fell in love with me.
That's what he
He,
does, bro.
he reached over there and grabbed Modi on the leg. Get your goddamn hands off of me. I'm sorry, people. I don't know why Modi didn't let him put his hands all on him. Shit, he can't even stand up. And he over there reaching at this man's leg. Shit. That shit don't even look right. Oh. Oh my goodness. Kid, every last one of them Simon guns is in that cabinet. His cabinet right now. Ought to be ashamed of themselves. One
Did
of
you
them
see
fucking,
Rubio?
yeah, I looked at him. I saw him. I told you sit on the stage there with him. He is fucking embarrassed. I know he is. I can look at him and tell. I'm telling you, he wanted to crawl through a goddamn hole while he's on that stage. This shit is fucking embarrassing. Somebody need to open their daggone mouth and say, wait a minute, Mr. President, hold it. You can't keep doing this. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do that, but at some point in stuff, you need to act like the president of the United States of America, somebody that I can be proud of. I can't be proud of this shit that you putting out here, making me look stupid. He can't even go out there and do anything because of what the president. If that's how the president look, and you standing up there and watching him do this shit, and then you okay with it. Please, I don't want to be on the stage with you today. Find somebody else. I can't keep going through these motherfucking holes in the goddamn floor. This too much for me. I need some integrity and shit and everything, because I got to run for office in 2028, because all this shit is going to come right back into my goddamn face and shit and everything while I'm on the campaign trail. You sat there and watched this man say that, and now you telling us you don't believe it?
Well, look at the clown show that J.D. Vance is doing now.
Absolutely. His career's done too. He's done. His goose has been cooked. He can't come out of this. They done sent him out there and stuff as a goddamn stooge. Them girls on the fucking View and shit ate his ass up yesterday. Ate him up. Watch it. You go watch the View. They ate his ass up. All them women tore him up. Every last one of them.
And then he
Even
lying.
even the conservative Republicans on the daggone panel that for the view and stuff and everything say, hey man, wait a minute, hold it. This shit ain't right. The lady asked him, I'm a Catholic. How do you justify what you did with a Pope? What do I tell my children? And he sat there and didn't answer the fucking question. The lady said, you didn't answer that question. What should I tell my children? And he tried to bullshit her again. And the people in the audience and stuff and everything were laughing because he wouldn't answer the fucking question. They knew that shit was fucked up. Excuse my French people, but I'm pissed off today. He kept on. And why he went on The View, I have no idea. Trying
He
to promote
pushing his book.
that's what I'm saying. He's trying to promote his book. But ain't nobody gonna look at that goddamn book. Shit. He ain't buying that motherfucking book.
It'll be
book
a
that
bestseller.
the book that they gonna be buying gonna probably be on the #1 seller list is that book that them two reporters from the New York Times put out. Mr. Swan and that other lady, I forget her daggone last name. They got a book that coming out and stuff, and I guarantee you, Ted, that some bitch is gonna hit to the fucking #1 seller list, and as soon as it hit the motherfucking market. That's the book that people were waiting to see. Oh, hello, you all.
People, I just want to say this. We are very creative, innovative, informative, but sometimes we have to rant. And sometimes, we can really get more boisterous than this, but a lot of times it don't really make any sense to get more boisterous because this shit is so ridiculous that it's hard for me to, just look at it. I can't look at it. It's just embarrassing. I mean, not to say that think I'm better than people or whatever, but I mean, I'm used to some diplomacy, something that is honest and truthful. Give me something. This man is flat out, and these people around him are flat out lying. We're not getting any information. The news people are saying the same damn thing. All over the news, and listen to the news all the time. They don't know nothing. And they're not telling them nothing. They're telling them flat out, we ain't telling you. So how can you trust anything they put out?
Nothing.
When they say labor, unemployment is still 4.3. You can't trust anything they put out. The only thing that we can put, because we can see it, and we know it's a scam, is the stock market. That's it. We don't, right now, they holding off even posting how much debt we got. Because I know it's more than $40 trillion. They waiting until after the midterms. Then it's going to bump up to 42 trillion. Maybe more. People,
And the fact that stuff you talk about the stock market, you talk about our debt. How are we? Where the money coming from, man? To pay our debt.
well, they ain't going to pay off
They
the
print.
debt, Ed.
Well, where's the money coming from and everything for the bond? Excuse me, I'm talking about the bond market.
Well, that's true.
Where that money coming
Who's
from?
buying it?
Who's
Well,
buying the bonds?
you
Because
got a lot of.
we already know that Bassett then had at least 5 or 6 sales of billions of dollars of our U.S. bonds and stuff and everything. And I'm wondering who in the fuck buying it. China ain't buying it. Japan ain't buying it. European Union ain't buying them anymore. Who buying them goddamn bonds? They're probably worthless.
Mm.
Nobody's saying anything.
Mm.
We got too much debt. The bonds are probably worthless. So they sitting there doing some fancy paperwork.
Yes, they are.
Some fancy paperwork, people.
They are in so much trouble, and the American people don't even know it.
They don't
They
even
are
know it.
living their life.
That's it. They're doing whatever they can to survive. That's what we're doing. We're doing everything we can to survive, people, because I know damn well ain't no way in the world and stuff. Anybody, I don't give a shit if you're a billionaire, that you can't sit there with this much fucking debt on you and be able to keep on spending money. And he's spending money just like he got a faucet. $2 billion a day, and this fucking war been going on for 100 days. That's $200 billion that they're gonna spend on this fucking war. Not counting these fucking bases and shit and everything that they can't even use anymore. Trillions of dollars probably in them fucking bases and shit. And they're gone. Them Arabs ain't letting them build them bases back again. They don't trust the United States anymore. They trust us in Iran across the daggone Persian Gulf. Well, they are fake right over there. They over there giving that man money. That's where that $200-300 billion is going to come from. And fucking Gulf Coast people over there and shit, they probably passing that money over. We're going to invest in these fuckers and shit and everything. Goddamn. We can't put our money in the United States. We're going to put our money in the Iranian stock market. Get a stock market over there. We have to be putting our money in that shit. Y'all went out there and whoop the United States ass. Hell, I'm going to invest my money over there. And whoa. Here's them goddamn Israelis. Ain't nowhere in the world, kid, I would want to be in that country right now. No way in this world.
They're bombing that place like it's going out of style.
BB is on trial right now. They got his ass on fucking trial. He's in court right the fuck now, and they trying to put his ass in jail. And they talking shit. We gonna still stay over there in Lebanon. We ain't gonna leave that country. How the hell you gonna protect yourself in USA ain't giving you no more goddamn weapons? You ain't got no weapons coming from the United States. What the fuck you gonna do? Because ain't no other country gonna give me any money, any weaponry. APAC, they money is sitting over here in the United States buying off motherfucking Congress people. You stop giving them Congress people that money and everything, and goddamn it, Israel in trouble. Ain't nowhere in the world I want to be in that country right now. No way. Them daggone folks over there that they've been killing them Palestinians and stuff and everything, they're getting ready to turn on there. And you talking about, oh my God. Oh, no way I want to be over there. Trump talking shit. I'm gonna go back over there and bomb them. Once them daggone Navy folks leave, they ain't coming back. They ain't coming back. Them ships start leaving. They ain't coming back over there to the Persian Gulf or the Indian Ocean. There ain't no way.
And here's the thing: we're not gonna get no news on it.
Mm-mm. They probably moving them ships out right now. They might be telling them people, telling the Navy and stuff, moving their daggone ships out right the fuck right now. They probably already told them, let's go ahead and move these people out of here. And they've been out there in that motherfucking Indian Ocean so damn long, it's a crying shame. Look at them daggone tankers and stuff, too, that have been sitting there in the Persian Gulf for over 100 days. Ship just sitting there with oil on them for 100 days, not moving. They said it's gonna be hell trying to get them daggone ships together cranked up because they got to come over there and refuel every last one of them because they didn't burn up all their fuel. They got to go over there and restock the daggone galley and everything so people can make them long 2 or 3 week motherfucking trips to go wherever they're gonna be going around the world trying to get that oil out of there. It's gonna be a fucking mess. Anybody thought about that? Nobody said a word about it. Most people and stuff here have no idea what it takes for one of them daggone tankers and stuff, man, to be out there on the open seas. What it takes to run them damn things. What it takes to run one of them daggone container ships and stuff with damn near 3,000 motherfucking containers on it. It ain't no easy job. And they gotta crank them bitches right back up and get them out there in the open ocean. I know them boys on them daggone ships, man, they so fucking tired to crying shame. They wake up every goddamn day and look up there in the motherfucking sun, beating down their damn asses and shit and everything, and then they can't move. They just sitting there floating around. And now you can imagine what's going on one of them aircraft carriers. Them boys been sitting over there in the middle of on Indian Ocean, just floating around, just waiting.
Well,
They're trying to supply them with food. They can't even get the food of that to
like I said, not going to be a whole lot of
them.
information, true information.
They ain't gonna tell stuff until those ships get back into the port where they trying to fix them up, and them sailors get off them daggone ships. They gonna start telling some stories, man, that people ain't gonna believe what they went through out there on that goddamn ocean.
On a negative point again, how many airplanes have been down in the last month? And helicopters? It's been at least several helicopters and at least 7 or 8 airplanes,
Mm-hmm.
private and commercial.
And we ain't even talked about that daggone B-52 ship that went down over there at was Air Force Base
Yeah.
in California. 8 people lost their lives. That motherfucker went down.
The point is that something, I'm going to tell you, this is just my own little opinion, which, everybody got one. When you start letting people go who know how to run the show, know the ins and outs of gathering scraps and keeping these planes running. Some of these people, man, that probably work for the military and these airlines have been working there for so long, they know exactly what these planes need to keep them up in the air. You put these little smart whippersnappers, supposed to be smart, and they're doing it by the book. That's all I gotta say, man. I just, it's hard for me to believe that all of a sudden, last month, you have all these planes going down. And we know that there's a lot of us that are highly skilled in maintenance, not only in cars, but in airplanes. They know what these things need. You let all of those people go. He said that he didn't want to be like Woodrow Wilson and, the stock market almost crashing. And, well, he's been like Woodrow Wilson. He got rid of all the black folks. That's what Woodrow Wilson did.
Well,
in government.
it was actually Herbert Hoover who was involved with the stock market crash.
Right. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is he don't want to be like, he is, look at what he did. He brought in that film, and he's a racist dog, bro. Now he's the only president in the United States that had a PhD, and the PhD was in history. And he saw in the 1900s, early 1900s, that a lot of black people was working for the government. Now, a lot of them didn't have any big time jobs. They had, maintenance and janitorial, clerical, and that kind of thing. And that was one way a lot of black people got jobs, and most of them was overqualified for those jobs anyway, because most of them were college educated. But he fired a bunch of black people. That's what Trump did. So he's following in his footsteps. And while he was in office, he had a mass stroke in 1919. And he lasted up until 20, I think he got out of office in 21. So, and he died in 1924. So if he's trying to be Woodrow Wilson, I think he got this bus on his mantle. So I don't know. These people believe in just waiting it out. This too will pass. I don't know yet. They got a lot of pull now. They got a lot of power, a lot of money.
Yep. But I we gonna make it through this, man. I'm looking at. I know I spoke about our President Barack Obama and what's going on and what this man is saying to him, and I know it's very very hard for Obama and Michelle to just hear this shit and everything and not respond and react to it. But I guess their reaction and stuff is the Obama Presidential Library open up. I think it opens up tomorrow or the day,
Yeah, I think it was today.
and yeah, and it's supposed to be a very prestigious a library. A lot of good things and stuff going on there, and they got people lined up, man, to do uh, all kinds of events and stuff. Going to be going on there at the Obama Presidential Library, and he can be um, kind of the showplace and everything for everything else that's getting ready to happen there in Chicago. And it all started from him having his library and stuff being there. They're getting ready to spend billions of dollars, man, in the Chicago area. And the building industry and stuff and everything, and the building trades is just booming over there. You can go and find you a job, man, in construction and there in Chicago, and be working for at least the next 4 or 5 years for what they plan on doing. They're tearing down all those bad areas and stuff and near downtown. They doing all kinds of stuff here, man. It is unbelievable what they're doing. They done shut down major streets and stuff and everything, so you can't get into this certain area because they just tore the whole damn place up. All because of the presidential library being there, Obama Presidential Library. Go ahead on, Brock. Show them how to do stuff. Cause that reflecting pool that he just spent that goddamn money on it fucked up people. He done spent all that money, put the water back in there, and the goddamn algae is all over the place again. So he keep telling people about that reflecting pool and that shit is messed up. They had to call him and tell him and say, hey man, algae is growing worse than it was when you took that goddamn thing down. So he got the contractors and the park district. They're over there pouring hydrogen peroxide into the goddamn reflecting pool to kill that fucking algae. Ain't nobody asked no expert at all about what the hell to do with it. All they did is say, well, hydrogen peroxide to kill the algae. Well, you have to get the concentration up to 12% of the water that's in that daggone reflecting pool. And them little gallon containers that they poured in there, it's making this shit worse. The motherfucking guy. The algae just sitting there. They got foam and shit going out on the motherfucking pool and shit. Oh man. Everything he done did to turn to shit. Fucking each wing is still towed out. That motherfucker ain't blocked it off. Shit, cause it's all fucked up. Then he got a goddamn fucking claw, whatever they call it, sitting there in his shit, and it's all fucked up. But he the greatest builder in the world. He said he builds shit all the time. Oh man. Oh boy.
These news people are in denial.
They said that too much. Hillary Clinton had a thing that she did on the 15th of June. And she would sit there and she talked and raked him over the coals. But he's only got 30-some% favorability in the country. Most of those that he got, Ted, those are those devout MAGA people that gonna follow him through the gates of hell, and that's 30%. But even though his ratings went down that far, he just said forget it. And she said she was talking to one of her. She's a professor at some university on the East Coast there or something, and she was talking to one of the other professors there at the university and asking, well, he's a psychiatrist, so what do you think about this? And he told him, he said, we have a name for what's going on. And she said that they call it the domain of loss. When you become lost, you double down on your bullshit. And that's what the hell he has done. Even though he knows all this shit is messed up, people done stop following him. He ain't got all the folks that he keep on saying that he got who love him. The lower his rating get, the worse he gets. So he just keep on digging through the same shit. He lost. He has no idea what the hell to do. So he just keeps on digging, keep on doing the same shit over and over and over again. Sign of insanity. Final word, Ted.
Well, I don't really have a final word, but the thing is, it's hard for me to read all these articles here, do my research when these people. Now you got a few people that's out there that's really telling the truth and saying that he lost the war and all that. But, you know, they're not being truthful to the nation on these national broadcasts. They're not telling them how bad it is. But that's on them. Maybe they thinking that we'll get through this. But he's done a lot of damage, bro.
A
A lot of
lot,
damage.
a lot of damage.
So we'll see.
Yep.
I heard some older white guy with some sense. My grandkids got to live through this.
And your great grandkids are going to have to live through it. And people, all you folks out there who coming up to this midterm, and if you hear a Democrat or a Republican tell you, we can fix this, I know what the hell to do, don't vote for them. Because I ain't a person in this country or this world know what the hell to do right now for this bullshit this man has created. There's no way they know what the hell to do.
No.
It is so fucked up. They don't know what the hell to do. All they can tell you, anybody can tell you, is that I'm going to try to do my best to correct whatever's going on. So if they tell you that, then you know they all right. But if they tell you they know what to do and they're going to fix this shit, they lying to you. Remember that. You hear candidates say that? They lying to you, people. They don't know what the hell to do. This shit is so fucked up because you're going to have to really get in there to see what the hell is going on. The engine is so fucked up, you don't know if you done blew a gasket, you got a head gasket gone, you don't know if the pistons is messed up, you don't know nothing until you open that engine up and look in there. That's how bad it is. The shit is smoking. We got a fucking, our country got a, it's just like an old car, smoking like hell. It's putting down the highway. Put. We can't get no speed out of it, no nothing no more. Because he done fucked it up. He ain't changed the oil. He ain't putting no gas in it. They changed the air filter. They do shit. He just been driving that goddamn car. The United States of America. Getting everything he could out of it. So the tires on it is fucked up. Ball joints bad. Need a wheel alignment. People, have a good day. I'm having fun. I hope you had too. Enjoy our show. Bye bye.